Vice Chair Brush,
Yes.
Chair Villa.
Yes. Okay, so we are at a public hearing for the discussion, consideration, and action on proposed ordinance 2022-5, declaring the community of Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos, Taos County, New Mexico, a traditional historic community. And we're going to start with Mr. Rudy Perea, Senior Planner, his presentation. Rudy, and just for the record, this is a public hearing, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
Okay, my apologies.
That comment, public hearing.
Let me begin again. Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, County Manager, Deputy County Manager, Attorney, members of the public. Madam Chair, before I begin my presentation, I would like permission to give you copies of the ordinance and the resolution. So if it's with your permission, I'd like to give these to you now so I can enter them into the record. Thank you.
Thank you. That too? Okay. Oh, yes, got it. It's, Mr. Perea?
Yes.
I believe Commissioner Brush, Vice Chair, is missing the ordinance. She's got
Two resolutions.
Oh, okay. My apologies. My apologies. Okay. Okay, Madam Chair, Commissioners, before I get into my staff report, I would like to enter into the record the application packet that staff prepared for this ordinance and resolution. I would just like to read those exhibits into the record. Exhibit 1 is my staff report, which is for the proposed Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos Traditional Historic Community. Exhibit 2 is a copy of the Santa Fe, New Mexican Affidavit of Publication, which is of course required in order for this ordinance to be considered before the Board of County Commissioners today. Exhibit number 3 is the Taos County Clerk's certification of petition for the Traditional Historic Community designation. Exhibit number 4 is the boundary map of Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos Traditional Historic Community. Exhibit number 5 is Ordinance 2022-5, declaring the community of Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos, Taos County, New Mexico, a traditional historic community with boundary parcel maps. And finally, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Exhibit number 6, which is Resolution 2022-70, establishing a map identifying the boundaries of Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos, traditional historic community with boundary parcel maps. So Anissa, if you can go to page 15 within my application packet. Madam Chair, Commissioners, I'm going to pull up now the proposed boundaries of the Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos. Okay. Oh, just a moment, Madam Chair, sorry. Madam Chair, Commissioners, as you can see, it should be coming up here any second. There's going to be a map proposing the boundaries of El Valle de los Ranchos. So what I'd like to do at this point, Madam Chair, with your permission, is I could do one of two things. I can read through my staff report, or I could just give you a brief synopsis of my staff report and then read my proposed findings of fact and give you a recommendation. So it's up to you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. I can read the whole staff report or just give you an executive summary.
That summary is fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Okay, so in summary, what I would like to do is, it's my determination that the proposals contained in Resolution 2022-70 and Ordinance 2022-5 meets the intent of House Bill 74, including NMSA 3-7-1.1, Traditional Historic Community Qualifications, Annexations, Restrictions, and it also meets the requirements of New Mexico State Statute 3-21-1. So Madam Chair, Commissioners, what I will do is I will read in my proposed findings of fact into the record, and there's 9 of them, so please be patient with me. So under the first proposed finding of fact, proposed resolution 2022-70 and ordinance 2022-5 are consistent with House Bill 74 and NMSA 3-7-1.1 and State Statute 3-21-1. Number 2, the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera, Taos County, New Mexico, are in unincorporated areas of Taos County. Number 3, the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera, Taos County, New Mexico, are identifiable communities that are documented as having existed for more than 100 years. Number 4, the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera, Taos County, New Mexico, include structures or landmarks that are associated with the identity of their specific community in which they are seeking designation as a traditional historic community. Number 5, the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera, Taos County, New Mexico, have a distinctive character or traditional quality that can be distinguished from surrounding areas or new developments in their respective vicinities. Number 6, the designation of the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera as a traditional historic community does not change the existing zoning requirements, nor create any new laws, regulations, or requirements, nor does it recommend policies that suggest changes when implementing zoning requirements or prohibit development in these respective areas. Number 7, being that the declaration of the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera as a traditional historic community to be known as Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos does not establish a basis for regulations and programs necessary to manage current and future development within the County of Taos as referenced in the Comprehensive Plan Update adopted through Resolution 2017-7. There will be no impact on this plan. Number 8, the designation of traditional historic community allows the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera as a traditional historic community to be known as Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos. Taos County, New Mexico allows them to place appropriate signage advising passerby of the designation. And finally, Madam Chair, Commissioners, number 9, the designation of the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera as a traditional historic community does not preclude these areas from being annexed in by a municipality only by petition of a majority of the registered voters of the territory within the traditional historic community proposed to be annexed by the municipality or by the arbitration method of annexation only upon petition of a majority of the registered qualified electors of the territory within the traditional historic community. So, Madam Chair, Commissioners, that's my brief executive summary of my staff report. And with your permission, I'll go down to staff recommendations. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. So for Resolution 2022-70, due to the fact that Resolution 2022-70 is consistent with House Bill 74 and NMSA 3-7-1.1 and State Statute 3-21-1, staff recommends that the Taos County Board of Commissioners approve Resolution 2022-70. And Madam Chair, for Ordinance 2022-5, due to the fact that the Ordinance 2022-5 is consistent with House Bill 74 and NMSA 3-7-1.1 and State Statute 3-21-1, staff recommends that the Taos County Board of Commissioners approve the designation of the communities of Ranchos de Taos, Talpa, Llano Quemado, Los Cordovas, and La Cordillera as a traditional historic community to be known as Las Comunidades del Valle de los Ranchos. So, Madam Chair, Commissioners, I stand for any questions on my staff report or any questions you might have in general about this application.
Any questions, Commissioners? No? Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Perea.
thank you, Madam Chair.